Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. Chapter 28. How can they expect us to get ready in such a short time? Crazy. Plane tickets and permission slips, paperwork and practice? Practice every day for close to 2 weeks. Study every evening with Mrs. V. Words, cities, states, countries, capitals, oceans, rivers, colors, diseases, weather, numbers, dates, animals, kings, queens, birds, insects, wars, presidents, planets, authors, generals, laws, quotations, measurements, equations, definitions. My head has been spinning nonstop with facts and figures. But I'm ready now. Our team is ready. Mr. D has kept his promise. The 6 highest scores from all of our practice rounds were announced at the last practice a few weeks ago. Of course, just like the other kids, I had been keeping a mental tally of everyone's points, so I was pretty sure I'd be one of the on-air contestants, not an alternate. Mr. Dimming almost glowed with anticipation as he made the announcement. He paced nervously. A little more, and the man would have been dancing. Here we go, he said. I feel like I need a drum roll or something. Read the list, please, Connor shouted impatiently. Mr. Dimming said slowly, the 6 members of the Championship Spalding Street Elementary School quiz team are... He paused. I thought Connor was going to throw something at him. Rose, Connor, Melody, Elena, Rodney, and Molly. Claire and Amanda will be our alternates. I'm an alternate? Claire gasped. Molly beat you by 2 points, Claire, Mr. D explained. But you still get to come with us and cheer us on and tour the city. But it was me who helped her study, Claire said, outrage in her voice. That is so not fair. I just shook my head and smiled a little. There is so much Claire doesn't know about stuff not being fair. Molly looked smug and not sorry at all. Her mother came to pick her up and practice was over. The competition is tomorrow, Thursday evening. Assuming we win, we'll have the Good Morning America appearance on Friday, followed by a trip to the White House. More sightseeing in D.C. is planned for Saturday. Then we come home Sunday. On Monday, hopefully we'll return to school as national champions. With that trophy. So tonight we pack. I've never been on a trip away from home before, so we have some serious planning to do. I feel crazy excited, crazy nervous. Dad bought me a bright red suitcase with wheels. It smells like the inside of a new car. Touching it makes me smile. Mom and I went shopping yesterday, something we don't get to do much anymore. She lets me choose a couple of new outfits, with jeans. None of those practical baggy sweatsuits for this trip. As we rolled down the mall, we passed a card shop. I had a brainstorm and tapped out on my board. Go in. Get card, please. For whom? Mom asked as we wheeled in. Catherine, I typed, to thank her for helping me get ready. How very grown up of you, Mom said, clearly pleased. One for Miss V too? I tapped out. Absolutely. The card we found from Mrs. V could not have been more perfect. The front was completely covered with hundreds of oranges, except for one blue one in the middle. Inside it said, "You're 1 in a million. Thanks." She'll love it, Mom said. For Catherine, I picked out a card that showed a desk full of computers and MP3 players, and video games, and a young woman connected to all of them with earphones. It read, "Glad you're always there to plug me in. Thanks for all you do." You couldn't have designed those better yourself, she said, as she paid for the cards. Yep, pretty perfect. Around 7, the doorbell rings. It's Mrs. V coming over to help with the final packaging preparations. She and Mom make a great team. I've made a checklist according to Mr. Dimming's suggestions, Mom says. Black skirt and white blouse for the competition. Check, Mrs. V says as she neatly folds those 2 pieces into my suitcase. Check, Penny mimics. Extra white blouse just in case, Mom says. Great idea, Mrs. V replies, nodding. Mom carefully folds in 2 more shirts and my favorite pair of jeans. Comfortable outfits for sightseeing in Washington. Spending money for souvenirs, sunglasses, camera. Check, check, check. Mrs. V repeats. Pajamas, toothbrush, deodorant, hair clips, all there. A warm jacket, No telling what this March weather will do. Check, Penny cries. Power pack for MediTalker, extra batteries, tissues, and wipes? Got it. Umbrella? For you or Melody? Mrs. V asks with a laugh. Do you have your bag packed? Yeah, I'm just about ready. I'm nervous too, Mom pauses. You're the best, Violet. I know Penny will be safe with you while we're gone. And butterscotch, I interrupt. They both laugh. Mom continues. Frankly, without you, there is no way that Melody would be packing for this trip. Get card, Mom, I type as I reach my hand to the side, but I can barely touch the edge of my book bag hanging on the chair. Mom reaches into the bag, pulls out the envelope, and sets it on my tray. I push it to Mrs. V. She opens it, reads it, then squeezes me so hard I can barely catch my breath. This one goes on my refrigerator door, she says quietly. I want to look at it every single day. She busies herself then with dusting off a pair of my shoes that have never taken a step. I'm a little scared, I admit. Nonsense, Mellow Yellow, Mrs. V tells me. I fully expect to see you on Good Morning America with that 10-foot-high trophy. That would be awesome, I type. Now tell me once more, Mrs. V says to Mom. What time does the plane leave tomorrow? Penny, take Melody's underwear off your head, you silly girl. Mom checks her papers. Plane leaves at noon? That means we should leave here no later than 9. To get to airport by 10, get all checked in, make sure her wheelchair is properly taken care of and such. Then we can relax until it's time to board the plane. Mrs. V scratches her head. I wonder why they chose the noon flight. That will get you into Washington around 2. The competition starts at 7. That's cutting it a little close. Mr. Dimming told us the hotel has a late check-in policy. The TV studio is just across the street from the hotel, so we'll be fine. As Mom closes and zips my suitcase, I feel tears come to my eyes. I just can't believe it's happening. In just one day, I will be in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, on national television. I pray I won't screw up. I want to call Rose and see if she's nervous too. I want to ask her what she'll wear to the White House. Suppose we get to meet the First Lady. Now that would be the bomb. I want to know if we'll be sitting near each other on the plane. I want to be like all the other girls. I don't sleep well that night. In the morning, Mom gets me bathed and dressed and fed in record time, while Dad gets Penny ready. Go see plane? She asks immediately. Fly, wee, Dad says as he flies her around the room in his arms. She loves it. We head outside, and Mrs. V hurries over, camera in hand. She snaps pictures of me getting strapped in, my suitcase being loaded, and my brave and hopeful victory smile. Then she does it all over again with Dad's camcorder. No, we'll never be able to forget this morning. Penny darts about, chasing Butterscotch, running in circles around the car, which has been washed and shined. Mom, dressed in a cool denim suit and in surprisingly a pair of late-style Nikes, loads our bags in the car, and we're totally ready to go by 8:45. Dad takes Butterscotch into the back of the house, then locks the front door on his way out. All set? He asks. Let's do it, Mom yells. Even Penny can feel excitement. She claps her hands. I can't stop grinning. Even though I know we have plenty of time, I keep wanting Dad to drive faster. So I'm so afraid we'll miss our flight, or that we'll forget my ticket, or that I'll throw up and we'll have to go home. In the airport garage, we have no trouble finding a row of handicapped spaces. We unload me, my chair, our bags, Penny, and Doodle. Mrs. V snaps more photos. It seems like hours, but in minutes we're at the check-in gate. Mrs. V pushes me. Mom carries Penny. Dad pulls a cart loaded with the luggage, and Doodle. It's 10 o'clock on the dot. Hi, Mom says cheerfully to the uniformed lady at the desk. We're here to check in for the noon flight to Washington, D.C. She hands the lady our tickets. The noon flight? The woman replies with a frown. She types and clicks, purses her lips, and types some more. Then she finally looks up. I'm sorry, ma'am. That flight has been canceled. We've had loads of cancellations today. A late winter snowstorm in the Northeast has caused backups all over. Canceled? My stomach starts to gurgle. Snow? Mom's voice sounds thick. But the weather here is sunny and clear. They've got 5 inches on the ground in Boston already. There's more predicted this afternoon further south. The FFA won't let planes take off in weather like that, so our whole system gets gummed up. Planes due to arrive here, then return eastward, get canceled, meaning our afternoon flights can't depart. It's complicated, sorry. The desk agent continues to type rapidly. She tells Mom, I can get you and your daughter on the next direct flight out, however. It leaves here at 7:23 p.m., and you'll get into Washington at 9:07. The weather service has predicted that the snowstorm will have fizzled out by then, so we can start getting folks where they need to be. Actually, tomorrow it will be all rain. My heart is thudding now. Would you like to rebook now? She smiles cheerfully. She doesn't get it. But the competition starts at 7, Mom mumbles weakly. Excuse me, I didn't hear you, the desk agent says. I can't breathe. Mom speaks a little louder. What about the rest of our group? We're traveling together. A group of children, a quiz team actually. They're also booked on this flight. We've got a competition this evening. Oh, I remember those kids. They were here early this morning. Great group. So polite and well-mannered. They told me all about the competition and the huge trophy they might be bringing home. They came early? Mom croaks. It seems they all went to breakfast together, then came straight here. It's a good thing they did, too, or they wouldn't have gotten out. Well, where are they? Mom asks. They got switched to the 9 o'clock flight. The last eastbound plane to get out before flights started getting canceled. They had to run down to the gate, but they made it just in time, I'm sure of it. She looks down at her computer. Yes, that flight left about an hour ago. They're gone? Mom whispers. I feel like I'm going to choke. Are you and your family going to cheer them on? The woman asks. She still doesn't get it. No, my daughter is on the team, Mom explains. We must get to Washington. There isn't another flight, perhaps on another airline? The woman looks at me and blinks. She's on the... She starts to ask, but then she catches herself and returns her gaze to her monitor and begins typing furiously once more. I can hear her fingernails click on the keys. Dad places both hands on the ticket counter and leans in towards the agent. I've never seen him so angry. How could this happen? Shouldn't we have been notified that the flight was canceled? We try, sir, but it's not always possible, the lady replies, sounding truly sorry. We do always advise passengers to call ahead and check their flight status. But this was a trip of a lifetime. You can't possibly understand how important this is to my daughter. I squeeze my eyes shut. Stupid elevator music floats from the tiny airport speakers. I hear no beautiful colors. I see no lovely smells. All I can see is the darkness behind my eyeballs. I'm really sorry, sir, the lady says. What about a connecting flight? We must get her to Washington this afternoon. The woman types and clicks and sees what seems like hours. She finally looks up. There are no other flights to D.C. on any other carrier, sir, nonstop or otherwise. That weather system has grounded everything. There will be nothing until later this evening. I am so sorry, she whispers. I open my eyes because they are filling with tears. Dad walks away from the ticket counter, his face scrunched into tight wrinkles then. Without warning, he smashed his fist right into the wall next to where I'm sitting. I jerk my head up. I know that had to hurt. I shouldn't have done that, he admits, holding the fist to the other. But if I could have smashed my fist against a wall, I would have. Mrs. V looks at Dad to me. I don't understand how this could have happened either, she says to Mom. Shouldn't have someone from the quiz team called you? Her voice sounds crushed. The teacher, perhaps? Maybe there wasn't time, Mom says helplessly. At least that's what I hope. Surely they wouldn't have left her behind on purpose. I still have not taken one deep breath. I really do apologize, ma'am, the gate agent finally says. I've checked multiple airports in nearby cities. There are no flights in the area until this evening. I have plenty of seats on our 7 o'clock flight if you'd like me to take those seats. No, thank you, Mom says quietly. It's too late. The entire airport feels like a vacuum to me. No sound, no voices, no air. Mom walks slowly towards me. I sit there in my new blue and white outfit with matching tennis shoes next to my new shiny red suitcase and feel very, very stupid.